for season 4. Four. I know y'all tired of this. But we're back, full effect. I know y'all missed us. But you know what I want to start off by saying? Mm-hmm. Thank you for making our second to last episode of season 3, The Size Matter, really take off, because honestly, Jessica and I was not expecting that. We thought, we'll probably get like 80 views. And as of today, before recording, we found out that it's at 428 views, and we don't even check as often. We're just whatever.
She's lying. I check every day.
Well, I don't. Something told me the other day randomly to go look, and I'm like, let me check to see how many views, because the last time Jessica checked, she said it was 397. This is back in August. I go check it yesterday, and it says 425 views, and then we checked it today, 428. So thank you guys for
making our last episode of the season a success.
Memorable. I had a good time.
I'm gonna need y'all to go back to our YouTube channel, like all of the videos that are up, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, get those numbers up for us, run up them numbers.
Run it up.
Comment, like every episode, even if you only watch 20 seconds of it, just hit that like button.
Yeah, and subscribe.
Yeah.
I didn't even look to see how many subscribers we have now, but I was just looking at the views. But thank you.
I watched it. I seen it. I can tell you.
Tell me.
115.
Okay, up a little bit. But yes,
I need 3 more, because the views and the subscriptions are not
matching at all.
Yeah.
But what I will say is we're excited for season 4. We're excited for the topics that we had. Like, me and Jessica, every new season where we're starting, we meet up and think about what is the season gonna focus on, the umbrella topic, and then we break it down and the topics we can come up with. And some of them, I will honestly say, we were drinking. We went out to eat.
Spicy.
It started off real spicy.
We'll let you get your feet wet with this episode, with the welcome back. Just a real quick overview, recap of like our hiatus. But the second episode and going forward, spicy.
Y'all better be ready. Be on the lookout for some new guests that we'll be having. We probably might have some old ones that come on through, but definitely looking forward for some new guests.
Well, the umbrella topic for this season will be all about women.
Yes.
What it means to be a working woman, what it means to be a woman on their journey to happy, healthy living. All of it. I'm blanking out right now because we just had a stressful 2 hours into this, but trust me, you're not gonna be disappointed.
What's a season with us without technical difficulties? I've realized every season
every season has a fucking time.
Every season there's something. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So yes, we are excited about this. Fellas, we didn't forget about you too. So but yes. So let's get straight to it. How was your hiatus from Uncomfortable?
Expensive.
She was outside.
It was so expensive. I will say I created great memories. I went to a bunch of concerts. I did a lot of I did the Tina Turner musical, which was a high 10 out of 10. Recommend. Everybody should go watch that. Yeah, it was just expensive, but I created a lot of memories, and I'm super appreciative. This is the first summer that I think I've done a lot than I normally would.
Yeah, she done a lot, yo.
Yeah,
Jessica goes out, but this year I'm like, oh, this bitch is outside.
Yeah. So, yeah. But again, like I said, it was worth it. It was worth it because I get to have all these memories with people that I love. So,
That's
what about
good.
you?
It was kind of hectic, to be honest, but I still had a good time. Still working on my business. We're towards the end of it, but the little hassle. I feel like I'm so used to all my businesses being online focused, but this one is like a physical structure where you have to make sure it's up to par, you pass inspection. So there's a lot of components that come with it that created stress, but I still managed to still have a good time, enjoyed myself. Like my niece, my oldest niece, firstborn niece, she got engaged. It was a surprise. She wasn't expecting it. Like, we disguised it as a cookout. She invited her friends, but some of her friends had already known. I had told my friends what the concept of the cookout was about, but just come and have fun. My boyfriend's friends were there, and then surprised her. I literally drove her to Walmart, told her like, yo, I need more mixers for the bar, because I was a bartender. And she's like, yeah, let's go. So she's a busy. I'm like, yeah, we need to get that. I'm trying to kill time. We're trying to get that. We're trying to get that. Someone called and like, yeah, get more napkins. But I know we didn't need more fucking napkins. Like, but whatever, I played along. And then we get to this house. I parked in a different parking spot. And we're going on the opposite side of the house because there's 2 ways to enter to the back of my house. And I was like, so-and-so's gonna come grab the bags. Don't worry about the bags, because we have bags in the car. And she's walking. I was like, just go. I'll come right behind you. Let me go get the bags. And she started walking, but she's a little lost. She's like, why are all these flowers? It was a cute setup. Like, everyone was lined up. Everyone was giving her a rose. And then towards the end, it's her son. And
the whole mood.
He's in the, everyone's like, he hear the music. He's clapping, not even paying no mind that his mother's crying from surprise and shock that she's being proposed to. He's like holding the flowers, bopping. You know that universal dance that babies have?
Babies do, yep.
That's what he was doing. So it was a good surprise, and pretty much I was doing little functions here or there, little cookouts. My summer was eventful, but honestly, I don't know about you, I felt like this summer went by so fast. Here goes my dad. That's because you got bills to pay. Patience. I'm like, I'm well aware I have to pay bills. I never complain about summer break going fast, but this summer I felt like it went by so fast. And mostly I know I'm in education, so I get the summers off. But it went by so quick. Like, I was excited for June, went to Jamaica for my friend's birthday, had an amazing time. Mangoes every damn day, jerk chicken, steamed chicken. I gained weight. I think when I left Jamaica, I said I was 208 pounds. And then I had alcohol damn near every day. From the morning, I had mimosas. Evenings, I was drinking rum cream. All types of freaking drinks, making sure they don't have pineapples in it. But I had a good time. There was always entertainment, things to do, all types of excursions. The second to last day, my friend had me feel like I was Dora the Explorer. So we left the resort at 8 a.m. then come back to 5. That's a whole shift. But I had a good time. And then, of course, our birthdays, Virgo season. I noticed there was a lot of hate this year online in regards to Virgos.
And we didn't give a fuck.
The last hate post I saw was something along the lines, they noticed that the temperature has considerably gone down. They realized Virgo season was over.
Because we went back to hell.
Someone suggested that we all went back to hell. It's just the hate for me. You need a Virgo in your life. You guys honestly fail to realize that Virgos were running everything. The planet would be clean. Everything would be organized. You would wake up on time. People would get to work. All this traffic wouldn't even exist. Because Virgos would have made it. Like, no, y'all leave at 8.
Yeah.
Y'all can leave at 6. Y'all leave at 5.
You don't need to be up that early to be going to work.
You really don't need to bring your kids to school. The bus will take them. Sit your ass at home because you don't even know how to drive.
And only Virgos on the road, so, you know.
But y'all don't want to see it. Y'all want to ruin shit with Geminis and Scorpios. Like, ugh, God. Ugh.
Oh my goodness.
Shivers. Shivering
We're
timbers.
always, every season, going to Stars and Moons it for you guys so that you can just...
Okay. While we were away, did you learn anything new or break some old habits?
The only thing I learned was I reminded myself why I stay home. Because I don't like...
She really don't like humans, y'all.
No. It was the spending of the money.
Oh, once you wake up, you're spending $150 just for breathing.
Easy. Oh my God. It's so insane how much you can spend in a day. Like,
well, everything has gone up too, especially this year. Like, gas was like, damn near for me, it was like, because I have no choice but to put premium in my car. So it was like 5 something. And I'll never forget when I screamed while I was pumping gas. It took almost damn near $80 to fill up my motherfucking tank. When the shit was saying 75 just to fill it, and it wasn't even 12 gallons of gas, I'm like, this is not even, the math ain't mathing. Like, what the fuck is this?
That's hilarious.
But it started to go down. I don't know if it's gonna shoot back up. I hope it doesn't, because it's like everything's going up, but our pay's staying the same, and it's like I feel like my check goes quicker. Like, and it's not even being spent on myself. I do minimal stuff for myself.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm not getting rid of not getting my nails done. I'm not getting rid of that. My hair will be done. Those are minimal things that I do, maintenance things that I do. Everything other than that, my whole check goes to bills and taking care of stuff. That's it.
Honestly, that's something I told myself, that because I'm such a tomboy to some degree, right? Like, I don't do the nail thing. I don't do my nails. I don't do that stuff. Like, I don't even know the last time I went to go see a hair. I think it was 2, maybe even 3 years ago. I seen a hairdresser. I'm just not that person. I don't know. But as like a reward to myself, like, I'm gonna put some money aside and be like, all right, monthly, you're gonna take care of yourself. You're gonna think of yourself first. You're gonna put yourself first, and you're just gonna do these things for yourself. So, but every time I say I'm gonna get my nails done, like, actually do like a style or shape it or whatever, I instantly regret it when it's done. I'm always like, all right, this has gotta go. Like, I'm like biting it off. I'm like, yeah.
Bitch.
I know. Fucking sick, but whatever.
Okay, did you break any habits?
It's actually gotten worse.
What has gotten worse?
So worse. My procrastination. It is so bad. So, not to like bring this down, but I think I suffered a low form of depression. So I would send my cousin a lot of like emails and not emails, like I'll send her videos of like, oh my god, this is what depression looks like. So my space wouldn't look how it's supposed to look. I'm like, those shoes been sitting on that corner of the room for 7 weeks now. Like, I haven't moved it, I haven't touched it. Like, there's like little things that I was just like, that's just not in your normal behavior to be that way. And I can tell. Like, I would opt for sleep. I put my phone on Do Not Disturb a lot. Like, there was times where I'm like, I don't want to talk to nobody for the rest of the weekend. It's actually affected a lot of other things in my life. So it's actually gotten progressively worse. So if you guys have any solutions for procrastination, please let me know. Help me. I need help.
Maybe you should try to start tricking yourself.
Tricking yourself how?
I don't know. Maybe
You ever seen that meme where it was like, because I get things done is the reason why I continue to procrastinate?
I sent it to you today.
It's gonna get done at the very last
But then you
minute.
add so much stress on yourself, though. And for me, that's why I feel like I panic more when people tell me things last minute or try to divert. I don't mind pivoting. I can pivot when something needs to be changed automatically because we have no control over it.
I panic.
If it's... Now, I'll still panic. I'm still going to panic because it was unexpected. But I feel like certain things that I have to change last minute, but for the fact that I had already planned so much ahead, that this little stick thrown into a wedge thrown into our plans is gonna irritate me. But I'm like, you know what? Okay,
Yo, sorry.
Five.
I just realized my traffic ass don't have no fucking ears. I look like a little boy.
You look
God
like
dang!
you look like a handsome boy. Do you hear me?
I'm my brother's twin brother.
So I've been in situations where things did have to change, but I realized 4 out of the 5 things.
I'm fucking dying.
Yo, I can't stand this bitch.
You just called me a handsome boy.
You're mad delayed. I thought that's what she was laughing at originally.
But you said it like a mother talking confidence into their child. You are such a handsome boy.
I'm gonna send you the video clip of the girl saying it to, I think her sister. Her hair was cut low. She's like, "You look like a handsome boy." And the girl's like, "Do you hear me?" I said, "You look like a handsome boy." I heard you. Because she was upset, like her hair was cut short a certain way. If I find it, I'm gonna send it to you. Deep breath.
And the fact that you can pivot and take the conversation is what's funny here. Anyways.
No, I feel like I'll still stress and I'll still like panic, and sometimes I might get irritated very quickly. Like even Wilson will notice, like, babe, it's like, we got this, we can do this. But it's annoying because it's like, damn, I wanted it this way. Mine is more so like, I wanted it this way, it was planned this way, and the fact that it can't be done that way, that's what's pissing me off. And now I'm agitated, and anxiety might kick in a little bit because it's like, what if it don't work? Because that wasn't part of the original plan. But sometimes I think about it in the sense of, well, out of the 5 things, at least 3.5 or 4 things were done. So this last part is what's not working. At least we have already planned ahead with the other stuff. That's why I'm like, okay, can't get mad. But if I waited last minute for certain things and all that shit doesn't fall through, yeah, you can forget about it.
What about you? What's something that you changed or learned, or like habits you break in?
Well, my patience level still hasn't changed. It
She's
only
not
works.
fucking lying.
It only works for children. So don't even worry about it. I will have patience for all kids. I have patience with kids. I mean, let's be real here. We know kids may work our nerves, but
They're learning.
they're still learning. Everything's brand new to them. But for adults, it's like you've been on this earth for way too fucking long at this big fucking age, and you're doing this. That irritates me. Or when I gotta repeat it so many times to an adult.
She has the fucking nerve. I was explaining
Because I wasn't listening.
No, exactly.
I was on the phone. I was on the phone.
Childish.
I was on the phone. But
I said something. She's like, "What?" And she's still typing, and I repeat it, and she's like,
because I can multitask, and I wasn't multitasking.
It was funny, and she didn't laugh. I was like, "All right, bet, say less." And then she's like, "What did you say?" And I was like, "Bitch."
She didn't say bitch. She just said.
No, I definitely called you something.
It wasn't bitch.
I think it was bitch.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
No, it really was. I would have remembered because you say it a lot, but I would have remembered. No, but it's not wrong in the sense of children. I have patience for them. It's some of the things that adults do. And I'm like, it's sort of like what grinds my gears. Questions that are being asked. I'm not an encyclopedia, so I tell people I don't know. Google that shit. Because I get low-key irritated, like, I don't know. Because I'm that person. The moment I am curious about something, I will literally Google search that shit. If I'm watching a movie, I'm like, oh, you know what? Let me look up this person. I do it instantly. So it's like, Google it. I don't fucking know. And then more questions get asked. I'm like, I don't know. Like, being a teacher doesn't mean knowing everything because I do not know everything, even though technically Virgos do. But I really don't know everything. But no, I am trying to do better with the patience thing, but I've started to realize that my memory isn't so well anymore. There are things I'll tell myself, oh, do that. Make sure you send that to Jessica. I'm starting to get into a habit of, Peggy, once you remember it, just do it right then and there. As long as you're physically able to do it, just do it right then and there. Because I tell myself, you're not going to remember that shit tomorrow morning. And I know they say like you kind of manifest it, but I'll literally walk into a room. I know I'm supposed to do something, but I forget what I was supposed to do. And I know some people say, "Oh, that happens to me too." But if it's becoming more consistent, I can't afford to be forgetting things like that, especially if I'm running multiple businesses. And my businesses are not making me forgetful. It's just like I think I have like 50 tabs open in my brain, and I'm trying to like, oh, I finished this task. Let me exit out of that. I finished this tab. Let me exit out of that. So I'm trying to tell myself it's okay to relax. Everything's being done, but it's okay to relax. What you can control, focus on that. What you can't control, I know it's hard as a human being, especially us. We want to be able to know what's going on and taking care of it and not worrying about it. Can't help it. But I'm teaching myself like, okay, I can't fucking do shit about that, but let me just handle what I can handle right now.
Yeah.
And I think knowing when to stop.
Stop what?
I'll literally do this thing where
you mean
I could be in my bed chilling, right? Maybe it's 7 o'clock in the evening after working all day, and someone places an order. I was like, oh, let me go process that order now. And I should be relaxing, like removing myself away from electronics, right? But here I am downstairs, I'll process the order, and then here I go, oh, let me research what oils or whatever I can mix to make this. And it's like, here I go. And now I look at the time, it's 11 fucking o'clock at night. When I told myself I was going to relax by reading a couple of pages out of this book that I've been behind on now.
I wanted to get back to something really good because it popped in my head. And like you said, do it right then and there.
Yep.
We both celebrated a birthday during our hiatus. And I wanted to know from you, what did this birthday, like, reveal to you? Like, you know how some birthdays like, oh damn, like I'm getting older, or like, oh yes, I get to, for people who are turning 21, like, yes, I get to drink.
Mm-hmm.
Or people who are turning 18, oh my God, I'm getting older, I'm an adult.
Mm-hmm.
So I turned 35 and I realized I need to get my shit together. Like it was a midlife crisis moment for me. Was that for you when you turned 35? I was freaking out, dude. Like anxiety.
Really?
Not because I was turning 35, but because I'm 35 and there's all these things that I still, there are open tabs that need to be completed and closed.
What do you think what's stopping you from that?
Procrastination. The fuck?
So
lack of motivation. I mean, I can go down the list. Fear. Ooh, Jesus.
Sounds like someone still hasn't checked in with a therapist. Like
Anyways,
suggested
I don't even think a therapist is gonna honestly help me with
season.
that. No, I don't think a therapist is gonna help me. I'm almost certain. I don't think a therapist is gonna help me.
Maybe they could dig
remove
deeper.
Fear.
Well, fear is.
Because fear is what debilitates me.
Well, fear, the thing with fear is we all know we weren't born with fear. It's something that we eventually, like looking at my 2-year-old great nephew, that little boy is scared of nothing. Like if he can go outside in the dark, he would if we let him. We're like, no, it's dark outside. He still want to go outside. His sense of fear hasn't been established yet. We would probably be the adults that are instilling the fear in him. Like, no, it's not safe. Don't do that. I think maybe later on in life he will start finding his own fears. Hopefully I'm trying not to put any of my fears that I have on him because those are my fears. It's not fair for him. But I think eventually as we get older, I feel like a lot of us, our generation, a lot of our fears is what our parents put in us. Like, don't do that. You shouldn't do that. Like, with certain cultures, like, no, you should go the safe route because that's the only way you should do it because that's the only way you can guarantee money. But not realizing that profession you're telling me to go to that guarantees money is miserable.
Yeah.
I'm not happy. Yeah, I'm making $90K a year or more, but I'm not happy. I'm miserable. My job stressed me out. My job gives me anxiety, but yet this is what makes my family happy, not realizing I'm not happy. So I feel like the reason why I always say therapy is because whoever the therapist is, if they are a good therapist, because there are therapists out there that are not good. That's why if you try one for the first time, a good therapist will do a 15-minute consultation to make sure that you are the right fit, and they are the right fit. They are the right fit for you because you're the one going to them to help you with something. And I literally asked them a question like, "What made you want to do therapy? What made you want to do this focus of these particular adults?" Because some therapists only focus on children. Some focus with people who dealt with trauma. Why do you want to focus with this type of category of humans? And she explained why. I don't remember. It's been 3-4 years now. But when she explained herself, the 15-minute turned to a 30-minute conversation on the phone with her. And that's why I was like, okay, she makes me feel comfortable. I'm comfortable with going to physically see her. And then COVID happened. So we've been doing everything online. But you'll be surprised. Sometimes a good therapist will literally give you homework assignments to make you really be like, what the fuck?
And I'm going to procrastinate until the 30 minutes before the damn meeting.
We didn't even get to that part yet, but my therapist had me, I forget what question she asked me, and I wrote it down, and she said, are you comfortable with this? Because I wasn't going to see her for another 2 weeks. She said, are you comfortable? Are you ready to answer these questions and write down this list? And I said, yeah, you got to face it. Because I'm like, if you don't face those situations that make you who you are now, that's probably bothering you and affecting your life now, we're going to be 50 fucking years old still scared of doing certain shit. But welcome back to season 4, y'all. We're glad that you can see it. We did our own mini therapy session right here, which she's still trying to avoid. I trust you. I'm going to manifest. By the end of season 4, this bitch is going to see a therapist. It ain't going to be her cousins or her sisters or her nieces. Love y'all. I love the fact you guys support our podcast. But y'all not her therapist. She needs to stop being hard-headed. Get fucking therapy. She's like, Jessica's getting therapy this year, y'all. Yep. Period.
I'm not.
She is.
Anyways, it doesn't matter. Anyways, I went through that midlife crisis of like, fuck. Like I'm turning 35. Granted, the milestones that some people try to obtain prior to getting too old to do it, because there are some timestamps for certain things.
Yep.
I don't have that. Like I don't want a child, so that's not a worry of mine.
Yep.
Marriage is not on the table for me. Like I don't want it, so That's fine with me. So those timelines aren't really much of the issue. I think the issue is capitalism and how much it's going to affect us and how I'm not prepared for that right now. And I need to have been prepared like 10 years ago. So there's that. You know?
Capitalism, what do you mean by that?
Capitalism meaning like home owning is going to be almost impossible in the next 16 years if you don't fucking own a home right now because big corporations.
It's impossible to own anything now. It's so expensive.
Yeah, like, yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's something that kind of causes depression almost because you're like, damn, like, am I ever going to get out of this? Like, I don't know. But like I was reading something where all these big corporations, hedge funds are purchasing property and land and building these high rises, and that's increasing the rent within the area, which is making it impossible for people with average salaries to rent or own or purchase because they're coming in with cash. Like, I'm buying this property with cash. That's appealing to anybody. If I'm selling my home and somebody's like, hey, I want to buy this home, I'm going to take out a loan, whatever, a home loan. Then you walk in and be like, I'm going to buy this property right now, full, in cash, right now.
They would take the cash.
I'm taking the cash. Like, that's guaranteed. I'm going to go through the hassle of the bank. I don't have to do nothing. And that's been going on for years now because I remember when my friend purchased his home, he almost gave up a year in because he was like, every time I go, there's somebody there with a wad full, like, duffel bag full of cash.
They're drug dealers.
No, these are the big corporations that are like buying out areas.
But it gets to a point where, okay, they buy out. And then soon the people that used to live there can no longer afford to live there. Yeah, they're going to eventually still have people that afford to live there. But the amount of over the top wealthy people, there's a lot of them, but there's not enough to fulfill all that property and skyrise that they're buying off of and using it. Like, who's eventually going to be using all that?
The people that can't afford to purchase a home that now have to rent. And the rent is going to be 3 to 4 times what we're paying now. They're not dumb. If they're buying all the land, what land are you buying to build a home? Bet. Say less. Now you're forced to rent. You're renting at $3,000-$4,000 a month for a 1-bedroom. Ow. But that's what I'm saying. Like, that thing right there will have me in my brain. All right, like, it's like...
It's not even capitalism. That is straight up corporate greed. That's not even capitalism anymore.
Capitalism is, but corporate. I will say this, though. It reminded me of, I think, Friday After Next when he was like, I gotta figure out a way to get this money by tomorrow. That's me every fucking day of my life. I gotta figure out a way to get this money by tomorrow. And then my brain's like, how, bitch? How?
Huh?
Huh? My brain's like, we talking about this again? Bitch, you not tired of this? Oh.
Jesus. We just realized living is ghetto. Not saying to end your life, but living... I'm not saying that, but it is ghetto. It's like the cost to live is just like, wait, I was put on this earth without being asked if I could be here, if I wanted to be here. And then I'm here, and it's our generation of adulthood that we got to deal with this ghetto mess. Like, It wasn't expensive like that. It may have been expensive to our parents, but even my parents...
Oh, and that's another thing about the parents. They thinking the market is what it was like when they were purchasing and renting and
in the early 90s and the 80s,
like you can't even get the 25-cent bag of chips. What makes you think that the housing is going to be the same? Don't get me started. And they decrease the amount of chips you get in the bag, and they increase the cost.
They put more air in it.
Like, they take away. Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot. Maybe
my mom is like, "Why don't you own a home now?" Like, ma'am,
I know I spent my money frivolous spending. I am well aware of that, but one thing I do not tolerate is when people start telling people, oh, if you start spending, the cup of coffee you spend at Starbucks. Listen, Jim.
When I ask for your
let me even if that person was to stop buying Starbucks, yes, they'll probably spend some money, but what you fail to realize, our wages haven't caught up to how much it costs to live. So shut the fuck up. Right. Because I hate when people say that.
It's I low-key think she sells drugs because the way she spends compared to how I spend is like, wow, right? I'm being sarcastic. I'm only saying that because we just had a conversation about salary. It's just like, oh, okay, that's decent. And I'm like, but why do I still feel broke? Like every time I kept saying like, yo, if I can make 5,000 more a year, I'll be set. I get that 5,000 more, and now I have a new bill or a new like something, or like my stupid ass, I just increased my 401k. Like I'm like, y'all need to take more money out because I'm not gonna be able to retire.
What I don't like, you know what? Not what I don't like. My brain was thinking something different. What it is though, and I read somewhere they said we have to slow down with like when we eventually get the wage increases. Some people typically when we get our wages, we spend more. We take on more things that would actually make us spend more money. So we gotta get out of the habit. Like, okay, if I am making 80K, so say for example I was only making like 70K, and I got a promotion or I finally got a raise. Now I'm making 80K. That's $10,000 more in my pocket. Instead of like spending more on your credit card or buying more shit that costs more money that's gonna take away from the 80K and make you still feel broke, just keep spending what you're spending now and save more. So keep your spending the same, but save a little bit more, as though you were still making like the 65, not as though you're making 80 or 85. Because the wealthy, that's how they still stay in the game. Like they invest.
The wealthy, yeah, I would say they become wealthy due to investment.
No,
saving.
No, not just saving. Because we were taught. I mean, at the end of the day, when it comes to money, we were taught what our parents knew how. My parents only knew like, okay, you get $100 check, you take, 40, 50 for yourself, the other 50 goes into savings. Yeah. They didn't know about 401k. They didn't, because listen, 401k was the thing that started in the 80s, right? And then studies have shown that technically it's not really a feasible thing anymore. And it was brought up to like just get rid of it, let it be optional. But it's this thing they still push it because Social Security, by the time we retire, it's obsolete. So figure out a way to save money. And it's 401k is still a scam because prime example for my mom, who's 70, she's gonna be 71. But I told her it was kind of her fault because when we threw a huge retirement party for her when she turned 65 back in 2018, she didn't retire fully. She's still working. Social Security Administration said in order for her to still work full time and still get her Social Security benefits without being penalized, she has to wait till she's 66. She waited till the 66, so she started getting full benefits and she could still work. But then I think she took too long to take from her 401k, that when she just tried to take, she did take money out, but because she was doing some renovations to the house, they were saying that in order for her to avoid tax penalty now, she has to wait till she's 71. But I guess there was laws that were changed, because there's a thing that we don't realize when we don't follow politics, and I'm part of it too. I can't follow every single. There's so much going on. There are things that they pass into law that we don't know about. It doesn't become big news like the abortion law or anything. There are things that they do behind closed doors that we're not aware of until we're trying to do something. It's like, oh no, we can no longer do that.
That bill was passed on 3 years ago, and you're like,
she didn't know. So now she gotta wait till next year. And I told my mother, like, look, you worked all these years since you're like late 30s, 40s. You banked up so much money to retire. You need to enjoy that. Start doing it, set it up in a way that there's a certain amount of money that gets deposited into your account, or move it from there and put it in an IRA account or something, because where it's at is not benefiting you at all. And what's the point of saving all this money and you only enjoy it for 2 years and God forbid you pass away? What was the point in that? What was the reason? You want to be enjoy the money. I want to enjoy my money. Like, I get it, the whole concept of, I gotta save for a rainy day, you never know, but you only live fucking once. That's what I always tell myself. Swipe it, only live once. Yeah. Like, I might go tomorrow.
And then when you try to swipe, it's like decline, and then you're like,
Guess that YOLO feeling ended quickly.
No, it's
like...
we should definitely have an episode of, like, somebody who's, like, a financial advisor or something. Just have
should
because I need help. I don't have responsibilities as far as like children or significant others, so I'm kind of like in the clear, but I just don't want to be 70 years old having to work 40 hours a week. I don't
want to be 40 having to work.
That is true.
I just realized, just counted off. I'm like, wait, I got 4 more years till I turn 40. I'm still childish as fuck. I'm like, I don't want to work at 40. Like,
to be fair, I don't want to be here if I'm unable to take care of myself. Period. Yes. Like, as far as like, I need aid from a nurse to like
someone has to come
bathe
in,
me and
bathe
stuff,
me,
yeah.
help me get up from this room.
You can take me, Lord. But yeah, that's I say all that to say those were the things that's been going through my head in the past couple of weeks because I'm just like, all right, Jessica, you've been frolicking, gallivanting, and being all whatever, and no, we need to get it together. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get it together. But yeah, that was my little rant for my 35th birthday.
Turning 36, I realized, oh shit, I'm part of the late 30s crew, I guess.
Yeah, No, isn't it 35 that happens? Or is it like
30,
officially it's 36?
35 makes you mid 30s, but I guess 36 and up kicks off the late 30s.
It's and then you know early 30s, mid 30s.
You know what literally popped up in my head yesterday? You know how like when we were in school, when we had to write like papers in history, it was like in the late 1800s. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, now that we are in 2022, soon to be 2023, is it safe? Because is it feasible to say the late 1900s? But I still feel like that's still disrespectful because I'm still alive.
Christ. That sounds like before BC. When you say 1900s.
The late 1900s, and you're thinking about it, the late 1900s is the 80s and 90s, like.
But it sounds like before Christ. I don't like it. So no, I'm never gonna say that ever. Especially.
She's like, I don't care if I'm 88. Don't say that.
No.
When I die, you can say it, but don't say
I'm
it
like
now.
in the 90s, in the 80s.
Well, that's what I was gonna go by, but I need to ask one of my historian colleagues at work, like, would it be okay? Because I know students, they're gonna try it because they see 19.
Damn, bitch, you old as hell.
One of them already started. She was like, "You 36." Damn, miss, what you doing to look like that? I'm trying to look like you when I turn 36.
Why did they be lying to her?
Sounds like a hater.
Not even a little bit. I will say, all my friends don't look their age, so. Yep.
Use your Lips Body Utopia products.
Yeah, the ones that everyone keeps stealing from me.
You need to lock them up. I don't know what
my nieces got me for my lip oil that no one has. I was like the only one. I think, unless you give it to some other people.
No, you're the only one I'd let test it out.
She will let me test a lip oil, right? With these big ass lips. If I had a fucking reaction, it would be a fucking problem. Can you imagine if I had a reaction? It was just like,
That's why I tell people, try a small section of your skin.
I'm telling you right now, put some pressure on her to make some more because that shit is so fire. The lip oil was fire.
I'll get it done.
That was one product that I'm like dumb amped about. And the oil, unfortunately, my PCOS don't want me to be great. That fucking face oil, my sister swears by it.
Yo, she loves that shit.
Swears by it. And I'm just like, how? Because it made my mustache grow like a chia pet. And I was just like, I fucking cannot. My mustache was on some fucking...
I haven't seen a chia pet commercial in so long. Do they sell those?
Nah, I don't think they do. You might find it on Amazon. Everything on
I'm going to look it up. Look at me. I'm going to Google search it like chia pets.
Yeah. So, I mean, it did wonders to my skin, but unfortunately it created a lot of hair in places I didn't want it to. So, there's that.
I'm so sorry about that.
I don't think you put hair growth because everybody else uses it and swears by it, except for me. Like some of my friends bought it, and yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. The human body's different. Like everyone will be using something, it works wonders. You try it,
and it's like hell.
You start going hair on your boobs.
I love when people tell me like, you need to use this shampoo. I'm like, do y'all know we have different hair types? Like this girl comes in like, this shampoo has this oil and it's gonna hydrate. I'm like, oil does not do well with my hair. It flattens my
hair. I need something to make it
look dead and like gross. I need like cream based, not oil based, because oil weighs down my hair. Mm-hmm. So, anyways, that's just my. Where are we going with this episode? I don't fucking know.
This is how our brain literally works. Like
we went from capitalism to
therapy
to
our midlife crisis,
retirement.
Listen, but this is how literally our brain works. Any of y'all who knows us as friends, who have conversations with us and stay on the phone with us, you know we have 10 different conversations based off of one topic.
And everyone's like, get to the point.
And I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna get back to the point, but I have to tell you all these other stories that would lead up to this one. Right. So you get the story now. Right. That's how our brain works. But no, I am excited for this season. The guests, the topics that we wrote down, like. I think I have it here, but they're freaking crazy. We're not gonna share it yet, but it's crazy because the other day when me and Jessica was on the phone, kind of like finalizing everything, and I'm like, yo, were we drunk?
No. Backstory. A couple weeks ago, we was like, oh, we need to catch up. We've been so busy with doing without our own separate things. We need to catch up and kind of get like a gauge how season 4 is gonna go for us. And so we went to brunch. We had a few drinks. Then we went to rooftop and had more drinks. And we just started running like ideas for topics.
Finally had gelato for the first time.
She's so gelato's.
You still got the gift card?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Get more of that.
I got you. And then so we were just running we were just writing things down like, oh, that'll be a good, cool topic. Unfortunately, there was a lot of topics that I'm like, I know why we brought that up. I just don't know like the context of how we wanted to look in the episode, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like the one that we're gonna record.
Mm-hmm.
So when she read it off to me, I was like, bitch, were we drunk?
We were, because some of them I'm like, ooh.
And how are we going to swing that? Like, I don't know.
We're gonna make it work. We always do. We always pivot and make it work. But no, I'm really excited for season 4. You guys will see our growth. Because it's it's an uncomfortable growth, and growing is uncomfortable. You gotta roll with the punches and deal with the changes in your life, even if you don't want the change. Because I'll honestly say, I'll say more so while turning 36, I have, how sometimes you'll randomly think about when you was a kid, but I feel like more so as I'm getting older, I'm realizing, okay, my childhood wasn't that bad. I had experiences that I felt like a child should never have to go through, but I also feel like when we were growing up in that golden era of the 90s, it was fucking good.
Right.
No, the internet was out, but the internet wasn't what it's like today. We didn't have all this distraction. The biggest culprit our parents thought was so bad back then was the TV. And I'm like, I'd rather deal with the TV than the phone, honestly. Yeah. And we were in that era, and me and my boyfriend was talking about it, how, remember we had to wait until 9 p.m. And weekends to get free calls, like, yo, I'm going to call you back. My minutes ain't free till 9. We didn't have a full attachment to the phone. Yeah. You know what I mean? We know if we sent a text, we're going to get charged 10 cents or something like that.
You had to have...
To text. With 3 letters to a button.
On the flip phone. You was like, yo.
Especially because, like... And God forbid you have to delete it because you spell things wrong.
Yep. Oh my God. It was treacherous. It's
treacherous, but I feel like we're not super addicted to it. I mean, there might be people around that age group that's addicted to it, but not so much. Because I'm like, I'll be at work all day. My shit goes on Do Not Disturb. I remember when ringtones were a thing. Now, my phone's on vibrate or Do Not Disturb. You rarely ever hear my phone ring. Anyone who's been around me, my phone don't ring.
Every time I text her, it be like, her phone is on silence. You would notify anyways.
Yep, I know y'all bitches do. Beep, beep. Just to let me know. But no, I've been slowly thinking about it because I'm like, I wish I can go back, not to change anything, but to see my younger self. To see, like, I was such in a rush to be an adult because I wanted to do whatever I want. I get to do whatever I want, or whatever I do, but it's like
at a cost.
It comes at a heavy cost. That is so fucking ghetto. That you're like, take me back. I'll go back to being 8.
It's not even like the financial end of it. It's like things you say and do can bite you in the ass later. Like you have to be very,
especially with social media. We could have done. Y'all will never know what most 90s babies and 80s babies and up did in their fucking life growing up unless someone surprisingly snitched on you or there's evidence or something, and that's very rare because we did the most atrocious things, right? Stupid shit that you wouldn't believe if we told it to you because you weren't there. You didn't experience it. It wasn't recorded. Nowadays, any little fucking thing is being recorded. Instead of helping you instead of calling 911 or helping you, people are recording. Like, you're recording me getting my ass beat, God forbid, harmed, and you're not calling 911.
I got jumped once, and I know somebody has that video, and I'm going to be so sad.
Was this high school?
This was my first apartment, remember?
Don't make me fucking laugh.
No, I'm not going to repeat the floor. I'm not going to repeat the street name, but you know what I'm talking about. My first apartment.
Oh my God, I remember now. I remember you told me, because when I remember coming into your kitchen, sitting down, when you told me the fucking story, I said,
Yep.
but even then, back then, when you said it, it wasn't like, it's been about 10 years now, right?
Oh, girl. At least, because I moved to that apartment in 2009.
Okay, even back then, people weren't too crazy with recording just
but
yet.
we still have phones.
People still have phones, but people weren't crazy. Because even then, I think if someone was to pull out a phone they had back then and they show you an image, that's just heavily pixelated.
Yeah.
You won't be able to view nothing.
Even if you even have, like, I don't know.
But someone probably do have it, but the quality is probably trash. Because 2009 to 2022, I doubt it. But even then, people weren't big on, oh, let me pull out my phone to record this. Yeah. Now, it's this huge thing, like, I gotta be the first person to get it. And we weren't in that era where I have to be the first person. People be like, yo, just let them fight. Let people fight. But now it's this big thing, like, I gotta record it. Now
I remember vividly, I'm just gonna say this piece. I remember when the people came, like, the other girls came to fight. My side was like, okay, the issues between her and Jessica, so let her and Jessica fight the fair ones. And someone said, we don't fight the fair ones, we jump. And then everyone just started swinging.
Well, you need to jump to your death. Like, bitch, what?
And it was bad. It was so bad.
Yo, you know what?
I fought a lot. Like, it's not normal how many times I fought, like, people. But getting jumped, I think that was my first or second one. I've gotten jumped.
You know what came up to my head?
I'm so sad.
It's the memes where they say when you're fighting someone and you hear someone get the shit.
Somebody definitely had Tim's on for sure, because I remember getting my back kicked like several times.
Oh, and I was like, that's why you got back problems now.
Yeah, 100%. Like, legitimately, I thought, like, I'm not gonna be able to get up and walk because my back is broke.
Tim's is like, you gotta put it, like, you know when you're giving awards out for the best, like, Tim's are just
superior.
Great A. Fuck heels. Tim's. Then the heels.
Don't get them steel toe boots.
Yeah.
Yo. Oh my God.
I can't. People, and when people know they're about to fight, it's like they purposely put the fucking Tim's on because it's like, I'm about to fuck this person up.
Right. I'm grateful that there was no, like, knuckle rings or anything like that. Because I don't know what my face would look like right now.
I feel like that's something that would have definitely been done in the 90s or the 80s. Sure. The knuckle rings, that's definitely for sure.
The fight was so bad, like, every time I would walk home from the train station, I would have to put keys in between, like, my
That's
fingers.
PTSD, bitch.
Because the way, it was a lot. Maybe we could share. Maybe have you ever gotten jumped?
Jumped, no, but I did get into fights, and you know for what?
We all know it's for that trash ass man.
Yes. So that gave me PTSD to the point because when she was about to hit me, we were walking to the bus stop, and she started running towards my back, and I started hearing footsteps. And, you know, fight or flight. I automatically tensed up, and she was like, I'm like. Literally, I wish someone had a camera then. I'm like, oh my God, golly. Like, literally, like, here we go again. Like, here we go again. And I just dropped my bag, like, let's go. Because this was our second fight. And every single fight is literally to defend myself. Not, bitch, what's up? I wasn't coming to her house. I wasn't doing none of that. I wasn't searching for her. It was because of him. But I was still in this mental state of, I love him. He could do better. I was still young. I was still in high school. I was like 17, 18 at that time. But you know, your first love, you don't know better. Like, that's why I'm glad all my stupidity took place late teens, early 20s. Because I'll be damned, 36 still being dumb for a nigga. I am sorry.
I've never, it's a lot. I'm actually having PTSD right now.
No, seriously.
Like, my chest started hurting.
I got PTSD from that.
I've been fighting since elementary school. Like, I've had 7 fights.
You beat people at Wilson?
What?
Did you beat people up at the Wilson?
I fought.
Tell me.
I can't say his name.
You fought a boy?
Yes, remember? I was in class. I almost got fucking suspended. We both know him. I'm not saying his name on here.
Tell me.
Remember game night at my house one day? He was there, and you were like supposed to talk to him.
Yo,
He will not fucking. I'm like, nigga, I almost got. Excuse me. I've been trying to stop. I'm trying to actively stop using the N word because I think it's not good. Anyway, so I remember I was like, oh, he used to date my best friend before I met my best friend. When they were little kids. And I told her about it. So she confronted him. He was like, no, we never fought. And I'm like, bro, I almost got suspended. What are you talking about right now? Like,
me and 2 weeks in middle school.
bro.
We dated and he was being so weird. I'm like, no, you can't be my boyfriend. This was in 6th grade when he was still awkward, trying to figure ourselves. Dated only for like 2 weeks in middle school and that was it.
It wasn't like a real fight, I will say that. Like, he said something like, I was such an awkward girl in middle school, like awkward as fuck, like was mad tomboyish, like button down, plaid jeans, like,
and you were taller than most of
tall than a lot of the girls, which irritated my soul, like when I went to high school, I'm like, where were all these tall boys? But anyways, so I was always like, it was just kind of like expected that I would be like a bully, like, but I wasn't, but whatever. So he said something slick to me, and then I made a comment to him, and he got really upset, and he tried to get up and like confront me about it. In my head, I'm like, you want to fight? Like, he might have not want to put like hands on me.
She's like, so you want to fight?
Like, I don't know how to talk, so let's go. And so I swung, and it kind of got like weird. He never like, I don't think he physically ever like touched me. He tried to like intimidate me, and I was like, no, you're not about to back me into a corner. So I tried to fight him. But then because he never really, that's what it was. He never like touched me to hit me or anything. That's why he didn't get suspended or was about to. I had a lot of people on my side like, Jessica is not a bad person. We're going to let this one slide, but you can't be putting hands on people. And I was like, whatever. He came up to me first.
That's already threatening anyways. If you're invading my space now and you're standing up, okay.
I was definitely sitting down when he confronted me. And then I was
the moment you pull up on someone while they're sitting down, I instantly think, what? First of all, this is not even balanced. This is not even at all. So let me stand up because I don't know what you're about to do. But no, that situation definitely gave me PTSD. Till this day, someone running, I don't care if they're doing a light fucking jog, I instantly quit.
Who you running up
with
for?
the fucking quickness, because some people, like, once you're traumatized from something, it takes a while to get over it, but I instantly think, like, why are you running for? But I realize, like, oh, it's just a white guy just going for a light jog. But still, because it's like, even though you no longer know there's no threat, your brain, that's the way your body protects itself.
Like, I gotta protect myself in case.
Just in case. You never know when someone might want to pull up, and someone might have some anger. I don't know.
Right.
But no, that shit's fucking crazy. But
anyways, I don't know how we got to the whole jumping.
See? That's how our brain works.
I'm in my head, I'm like, how did we get here?
I don't know how the fuck we got here. But season 4, super excited. Hope you guys enjoy catching up with us and all our fuckery and foolery. Make sure you guys are already subscribing. Like
every post, like every video.
Follow our Instagram page.
5-star.
We have a Facebook page, Instagram page. Everything's written the same.
I will say we have not touched our Facebook page.
Well, whatever we post on Instagram is supposed to connect.
You think so?
Oh.
We'll have to look into it.
Sorry, guys. But yes, our Instagram, Facebook's the same, Uncomfortable Growth Podcast. If you have any ideas and like to be a guest on our show, hit us up at uncomfortablegrowthpodcast@gmail.com, or you can DM us. Please do not just write under our post, I want to be a guest. Yeah, that's great, but you have to DM us so we can set a time frame, because you
send you an email, proper email with
with all the info, because we're not gonna have conversations under our post. So if you really are interested, please email us or DM us if you prefer to message us on our Instagram. But we look forward to seeing you guys, catching up with us. If you haven't, and you don't understand the references that we'll be making from previous seasons, please watch season 2 and 3 on YouTube. And season 1 is just on Anchor and Spotify. That's all audio. Shut the fuck up. But catch y'all next time.